Trade recap here from this week. This trade was taken on Wednesday of this week. This is the daily chart that it was framed off of. Essentially, the framework for this trade was just this daily bullish fair value gap, expecting price to continue higher from there, and then looking for the hourly chart to confirm that bias, right? So when we initially had those three pretty bearish days last week, and drop down into this daily gap, we had this in PM on Thursday. We had like a continuation lower, which on ES, right, if we scroll down to ES, we can see that ES takes this low out and NQ doesn't. So that's our first sign of a potential reversal. We have SMT on the lows. Then from there, we don't necessarily expand right away. We consolidate first. And then on Friday, we have another drop in the AM session below these relative equal lows here, right? Digging down into this rejection block, I'm pretty sure. Let me see if we actually hit that. No, we actually didn't. Okay. Well, digging down into this mitigation block right here then, right, that we had closed above earlier, right? That's that mitigation block essentially. Well, it's the down close candles. But we're trading inside of that, right? And then we get this drop. And we get SMT again, right? So ES makes a higher low this time, while NQ makes a lower low. Now, the reason I'm not already in this trade on ES off this order block here is because ES doesn't have a daily gap, right? It had this daily gap, this old one that it did retap, but I don't take trades off already like delivered, like this daily gap already delivered here. So I don't take trades off redelivering from daily gaps. And since we didn't have a daily gap here, yeah, ES was not valid for trade, so only NQ was. But then on Friday, we ended up rallying above this bearish order block right here. Yeah, and in my outlook, I said I honestly would expect that this order block is going to hold. Potentially we drop in it on Sunday and then rally higher. And I have my limit set there when the week opened. But we instantly rallied away without actually tapping the order block. And then we got some consolidation. And then here early on Wednesday in London, we eventually got a sell-off into that order block, right? Dug down a little bit deeper into it, right? If we look at this, we essentially hit mean threshold of the order block, right? That red level is mean threshold, as I marked out those gradients just now, and also into this bullish fair value gap, right? We then found support in there, traded back up, inversed this pretty big imbalance on the hourly that we left dropping into it. And then from there was barbecue chicken, right? We just traded higher. And yeah, that was a trade. News-wise, right? We had non-farm employment change and ISM manufacturing PMI on Wednesday, and then the rest of the news so far has not been released because the government agencies shut down. So the government agencies that report this data are not reporting it at the moment because that government shut down. So we're kind of in limbo with NFP that was supposed to be at the end of the week. Where did I end up going here? Oh, whoops, wrong thing. I meant to go here. That was the wrong chart. But yeah. That was a trade, right? Pretty minimal drawdown, right? We just kind of on the entry dug a bit deeper than the entry was, but obviously that's very much permitted for. Stop was below this low here, then break even when we hit the external, and then overnight we ended up filling that to our target. So yeah, pretty nice trade. First trade of October, right? Since it ended up getting filled here on October 1st. So yeah, off to a good start for the month of October.